Hi guys, and welcome back to Tuntum Network. Now, do you remember when I did an episode talking about the Ghana government not extending the lease for foreign companies operating mines in Ghana? And I was particularly against the fact that this government in Ghana had extended GoldFields mines lease for one additional year after their leasehold expired. Well, the company itself, GoldFields Mines in Damai, has indicated to the government of Ghana that in April of 2026, they will hand over the mine to the government of Ghana, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is good news if you have any idea the potential of that mine and how it can change the destiny of this country if we choose a different path this time around. Well, my name is Cyrus and this is Tuntum Network in Accra, Ghana. Do me this one favor. Kindly subscribe and click on the bell if today is your first time watching. And for those who have been watching and haven't subscribed yet, I hope today is our lucky day. Please click on it and also click on the bell to see all of our videos. Let's dive in.
Africa Funder is a website which enables you to raise funds from people in the diaspora in order to assist with the completion of projects that would help to foster the growth and development of the continent. Raise funds for a range of diverse projects, whether it be for schools, classroom remodeling, healthcare services, or the next unicorn technology company. Sign up now and allow us to begin this journey together.
Now, in the next 3 years, at least 3 other mining companies will have their leases expiring. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been into mining and I'm telling you, this is Ghana's ticket to prosperity. The government of Ghana is not mandated to extend any lease after 30 years. What has happened over the years, ladies and gentlemen, in politics in Ghana has rather been politicians supporting these mines against the state by putting in clauses in their contracts that ties the government to extending their lease even after 30 years. But that should have never even been allowed in the first place. But as it stands now, at least 3 more mines will have their leases expiring, and this is my suggestion. Just as I've always said this on this platform, government of Ghana should from this year be preparing itself for a takeover. This particular government of Ghana must be thinking of how to set up a legal framework to place us on the path of state mining. We have from now till April of 2026 to put together an operational team for assessment and takeover. In 2026, this current administration will be still in office when GoldFields Mines hands over the mines. And if there is one standout project this government can embark on as their legacy, ladies and gentlemen, it has to be running that mining company ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, there is absolutely no reason whatsoever why the government should consider leasing this mine to another foreign company again. It will make zero sense if they really claim to care about the prosperity of this country. If they really want to honor the lives of the 8 men who died in the helicopter crash for their service to the nation on their way to an illegal mining program, I believe this is an opportunity for them to do so. Now, I have a couple of suggestions to make to the president of Ghana on this. This is what we should be doing, in my opinion. Number 1, we should take back all the mines whose leases will expire in Ghana moving forward. That is non-negotiable. There should not be another or any further discussion with any foreign entities, whether for extensions or for sale. We have to raise the capital from right here to go into the business ourselves. In fact, let me bring this to your attention quickly. You see all these large-scale mining companies in Ghana and in all of African countries? The mother company itself, which actually owns the mines, like for instance, Newmont or AngloGold Ashanti, only does or manages a few strategic things on the site. Listen to what I'm saying. The rest of all the operational works are subcontracted to other companies. So technically, the mother company is actually responsible for acquiring the paperwork and permits For the mines, that is their first role. They are responsible for raising the capital to finance operations and to supervise over their subcontractors. That's pretty much their roles, ladies and gentlemen. And Ghana, or any African country for that matter, that's serious, could do the same damn thing, ladies and gentlemen. As a state, you own the mines, and so paperwork is also produced by you. What's left is to raise some of the capital and bring in subcontractors to play the same roles they play for the foreign companies. Ladies and gentlemen, this isn't rocket science. At the end of the day, you get to keep the profits in the local economy. One by one, the leases of these mines will be expiring. And it will not be because the mines are losing money per se, but could also be because they aren't meeting their expectations. Let me explain that part to you. And let me share this with you quickly. When you see a foreign company exit a country when it comes to mines, trust me, it's mostly not because the mines are not profitable. That's far from it. Listen to this. One major reason could be that they couldn't raise the needed money to kickstart operations for whatever reasons, which could include security or political instability. Those are the common reasons. That could be a fundamental challenge to all of these companies. But whenever it comes to operational mining companies, those that are actually working, this one other reason is actually a fact. Check this out. The capitalist investor has such high expectation of profit margins for every single dollar they put in, for which reason any small dip in profit may make them consider relocating. A typical for-profit foreign company may be making $500 million in profit for every year. The moment that profit margin drops to say $450 or $400 million per year, just that drop, they begin looking at why and where to move next. Take this from me. No matter the profit Apple is making right now from their production lines in China, the minute it drops by any margin, they start talking to other countries. This is and has been the attitude of most of these multinational companies. And if you understand it properly, you wouldn't panic if they say they are leaving. It is good they leave because we need that kind of profit staying right here, ladies and gentlemen. Therefore, GoldFields in their minds exit is nothing but a blessing in disguise for Ghana. In fact, any foreign mining company leaving any African country is a blessing. It may come with an immediate shock in job losses and a drop in state revenue for a while. But if, as a leader, you are courageous and knows how to navigate your way in the mining industry and chooses to take the responsibility up as a nation, you come to my conclusion, which I have now, which is it is going to be very profitable to your own country. We have the opportunity to make money for ourselves now and to also correct one of our many wrongs as a nation. We sold all our state industries due to an IMF program, and it cost Ghana everything. That can change starting from 2026. By now, the president of Ghana should be engaging all the stakeholders in the mining industry in Ghana on what to do with the mine. By now, the conversation in government must be up and going on what's next immediately GoldFields moves out. These are some of the questions they should be asking, ladies and gentlemen. Hear me out. These are some of the questions. How do we get a drilling report on the remaining level of deposit in the land? How many years will it last? Therefore, what type of machineries would we need to upgrade? Which company is going to do the mining of the ore on behalf of the government? How is our terms of contracts going to be? What is going to be the management structure of this enterprise? What will be our likely overhead cost? What are the expectations of gold outputs? And what profit margins are we to anticipate? Ladies and gentlemen, this is how you build a national enterprise. No drama, no politics, no hidden agendas, strictly business, and allow it to be audited by an external firm. Ladies and gentlemen, if this runs for over 5 years, Ghana will have a backbone for its currency and its economy. We will be done with IMF and the World Bank. And you can only imagine, ladies and gentlemen, when you are able to run 3 of such mines for one country in Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, the gold in the land is not meant for strengthening the foundation of the earth. No. It is not meant for fertilizing the land. No. It is meant to be mined and its resources used to develop the roads, hospitals, schools, and the rest of the infrastructure needed to improve the livelihoods of the people. It is one of the major reasons why China, Russia, Canada, USA, and Australia are developed. These countries have been on the top 5 gold producing list in the world for many decades. Go look it up yourself. They produce more gold than any African country, even though we have better grades than what they have. That's how Johannesburg was built. So, ladies and gentlemen, what is our excuse when we actually have it in almost every part of this continent? I can't stop talking about it until I see it in action. We are far behind schedule on everything pertaining to development, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is one of our ways out. State enterprises is the way out, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for taking time to watch this, and don't forget to click and also click on the bell for more of our videos. We'll come your way very soon with another one. Until then, God help us all. It is bye-bye for now.